Hello and welcome. Today you're gonna look at me in this shitty t-shirt and like the undersuit and like undersuit? No, fucking tracksuit. That's what it's called. Yeah, we're gonna talk about 3.17 and the patch notes that we got in the past week, because I didn't want to make another PTU report, but then again, I have nothing else to talk about, so yeah, I'm gonna just do like another fucking PTU report. So let's roll the intro and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
Right, so the reason that I'm in my negligee is because I just had a flood in the apartment, like yesterday night, or today, but like early morning, like 2 a.m. And like it was this deep. It was really bad. Like a fucking pipe just broke and it like poured all the fucking of water from the whole building basically. Like at least we found out like maybe an hour later, because I was just playing Star Citizen, having both of my headphones on, which I mostly don't do because of the dogs, but this time I did. And my girlfriend went into the toilet and then she just like basically screamed because it was like, as I said, like this deep. And the whole wall, a part of the apartment got fucked. So on that note, thank you to all my patrons that are supporting the channel and me rebuilding. I mean, for now, nobody rang on my doorbell, so I don't know if it went down into the other apartments because I'm on the top of the building, but I guess we'll see in a few days. I have like an air dryer just like working 24/7 now, just trying to get all the humidity out of the air, and it's so fucking humid that it's unreal here, and it's really hard to like get air here. But this is basically the only things that I have left that were not like underwater, because that's how I collected water, because that was the only thing that I had like there, and I was holding the pipe so it doesn't fucking pour all the water like out of into the fucking apartment, and my girl was just like trying to scoop all the water and just make it go into the bathtub. It was a fucking hectic moment, dude. And so thank you to all my patrons that are supporting the channel and my apartment. And if you want to become a patron, there's going to be a link down in the description of the video, and you can click on it. Now we can talk about Star Citizen, because that's why you're here. There were a couple of patch notes. Let me switch the camera. There we go. There's a couple of patches that I didn't talk about. It's the T patch and the U patch. Nothing essential was actually fixed. Large hangars should no longer be missing collisions. Okay, players should now be able to destroy AI caterpillars and correctly receive mission credits. Okay. S5 torpedoes should no longer prematurely ejaculate before reaching max lock-on range. Okay, fine. This was a good thing. This was the best thing from this patch. Fixed an issue that was causing mining gadgets to constantly blink when not attached to a rock, because it was just fucking annoying. And there's another fix that like they fixed the weapon going out of your hands, and I'm not sure if it was in this patch or the patch prior to this one, but it was just like somewhere over there. I tested it, it's still happening. Like they said, like it shouldn't do that anymore, and whenever they say that it shouldn't do that, you know that it's gonna be happening again. So there was a newer patch after that, the U patch, and they have said, I'm gonna talk about the known issues in a second. Mineable asteroids should now be scannable. Okay, should. They said this a bunch of times now, and it's still a should. Not a will, but a should. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna test it out. Killing an AI Hornet pirates should again should, now correctly give combat assistant mission credit. Okay, so the Hornets were completely fucked, like the whole ship will explode, and yeah, like you had the whole ship fucking explode, but still the marker is on him, and it's still not dead, but it's dead, but yeah, whatever. So on top of that, they fixed logging back into shipbed should now constantly bring players into the PU instead of infinitely loading. I have experienced this, and this is a good thing. Again, maybe some of the ships are still bugged. We don't fucking know. I mean, should, as I've said, like whenever they say should, it means that they're not sure. HUD element inner thought prompts should no longer interfere with the Starlifter and mole MFDs. Well, the issue is that the mole, like the most MFDs are fucked. But okay. Holly turrets, okay, that's for the Holly owners, you can read it out here. Players should now be able to equip the Holly nose, blah blah blah. Okay, player animation should no longer freeze when entering the green? Okay, rock DS, whatever, driver's seat or mining seat. I didn't test it out, so I don't know. Rocks should no longer be blocking access to the Caterpillar derelict on Yella. I mean, okay, that's again the Planet Tech team adding rocks and not even thinking about where the rocks go. And like in the previous patches, you had, I think they fixed it for this one, but I didn't test it out yet. But in the previous two patches, if you wanted to go rock mining, all those like mineable rocks, let me just switch the camera, all of those mineable rocks would spawn under the new rocks that they made that are just like there to make the environment more pretty or whatever. And like you couldn't even mine those rocks that were below the fucking huge rocks that they made, and it was just like fucking stupid. But yeah, like they didn't think about that, like they didn't think about this again. But these are all fucking minor changes. That's the main issue. These are all minor changes. AI combat, like these are the known issues. AI combat ships can jitter during PvE combat. I mean, we know about this. This is like, we're used to this. It doesn't fucking matter. The extraction laser picks up more shards than it can collect at once. I mean, that's the Rocknado. We had the Rocknado for I don't know how many patches, and they said that it should work properly now, but it's still not working, obviously. Turret acceleration changes have been reverted to pre-317. Okay, they tried it, they failed, and they were like, okay, we're gonna do it for like 0.1 or whatever change. Players cannot buy components directly into ship storage. Like, you can't even sell from the ships. And like, that's the point of this patch. You like added the stores or selling to stores option, and you can't sell from the ships. It's just bonkers, but it's CAG, right? AR markers are present when opening the mobiGlass, which can make it hard to read. Okay, ships can explode after players exiting them. So that's a known issue for how many patches now, and it's back again. And I don't know if they know this, but CAG, like if you're watching, like the ramps like kill you again. Like the ramps on like Starfarer, Ducati or whatever, they can kill you again. They're just gonna toss you around until you die. Sometimes you don't die and you're fine, but most of the times you get really hurt. So that's like, I guess it's the same thing. It's the same reason why the ships are exploding. Something with like object containers or whatever just doesn't work in the new streamlining or whatever you're calling it. So like, I really don't understand like this, like these things that are in known issues, except the first one because we don't care, should be like the things that they should focus on fixing. Like fucking FPS missions, you can't do them because like there's a lot of glitches. there's a ton of fucking glitches, and you can do them maybe if you're lucky, but most of the times you're gonna die to a bug, or fucking NPC is gonna despawn, desync and just like teleport around and shoot you through a wall or something like that. And what's the fucking point of adding the sell to stores option? This is a better camera, right? If you can't even fucking do the mission and loot. I mean, you can, but like 60-70% of the time you're gonna die to a bug, and like that's like poor game design. I mean, oh, yeah, Grumpy, it's an alpha, it's a technical marvel, but it's an alpha still. Yeah, and that's why I'm complaining, because it's a fucking alpha, because that's when you complain. And that's when you like tell the developers that like, yeah, you need to fix this if you want us to give you like actual feedback, because if you can't finish the missions properly every time, if those missions are just like rage inducing, and if people fucking alt F4 each time that they play, like that's who the fuck is gonna give you valuable feedback, right? So yeah, like those are the things that need to be fixed, but there's more known issues. So yeah, this doesn't really matter. Equipment and inventory doesn't equip properly to character and bounces back into inventory. Dudes, we had things missing. They said that they fixed it, but like when you drag something into the inventory, it just goes missing. It just fucking disappears. And they said that they fixed it, but I had an issue where it just disappeared again. So it's still happening, like it happened to me yesterday. Ship retrieval can time out and place a ship in a claim state. So, okay, so how the fuck does this work? Also, I have reported like issue, and I may post a issue council link, but like most of my reports are already confirmed, like confirmed by the community, not by the developers. But one of the issues that I had was like if I paid a fine, my ship would go into a claim state instead of me having an option to retrieve it. And that ship was filled, like it was on 100%, oh well, it wasn't 100%, it was like 70% capacity with loot and other stuff that I had in it. And I lost it all because I had to pay a fine. And I had to pay a fine because like I had to land on another pad so I could get impounded because my helmet fucking de-equipped during a mission somewhere and I didn't have a spare helmet. And I had to do that so I can get inside the station and store the ship, and then I paid the fine, and you understand how this fucking works, and I lost everything. Doesn't matter because it's the PTU, but still, like, it should matter because if this goes into the PU, that's gonna be like no bueno. So let's check the other stuff. Equipment loadout stuck and remains highlighted gray. I reported this, and like I don't know if they're gonna fucking fix this. Like equipment loadout, like it's not that bad until you have a backpack that you can't take off your shoulders and you can't use it because like the inventory in it doesn't work and it's just gray, and yeah, like you're basically fucked then. Items do not immediately transfer from loot crates to personal inventory. Sometimes they don't even fucking transfer at all. Sometimes they just disappear, and it's still happening, even though they said that they fixed it. But I guess maybe I just had some desync and maybe they like transferred a couple of minutes later, I don't know. It's not possible to deselect attachments on FPS weapons in shops that sell them. Okay. That's not really a really big like issue. Come on. Unable to see some accounts when adding to friends lists. Dude, okay, so I know that this is the PTU, but the only way that like my org and I have added each other was by going into spectrums, or the PTU's spectrum. So there's like a PTU dots and like Robert Space at industries.com/spectrum, the thing that we're looking at right now. I don't know, this isn't the PTU spectrum. Okay, so there is a PTU.rsi.com/spectrum, and there you have to add each other because like friends list doesn't even fucking work. And I thought, yeah, maybe not even fucking report that because a bunch of people have seen it already because everybody had to do that. And it's probably not gonna like come over to PU, and it's probably not gonna like make it to the PU and make be such an issue. But then again, when I saw this, I was like, okay, so this could be a potential serious and fucking big issue. All right, so the last thing that they said is the Area 18 Center Mass has a double elevator. I mean, how the fuck does this happen? Like, how does this happen in each patch? Like, you just fixed Grimhex. Like 3.17, I didn't have a single issue with the Grimhex's elevators. But still, like, fucking Area 18 Center Mass has double elevators. Whenever you go to a bunker mission, there's like a 50-50 chance if there's gonna be like a double elevator and you just can't go down there. I mean, there is a way to glitch yourself to fall on the lower elevator, but it's so awkward, and most of the times you're just gonna die without even making it to the lower elevator. So there's no fucking point. So that makes me really concerned. And I really, oh yeah, there's like two more like features, and it's made for spawn queue client-side optimizations. Okay, whatever that fucking means. Improved inventory and ASOP terminal responsiveness. This is really good because it was really bad and unresponsive. But let's talk about this. This patch should have been released like end of March, beginning of April. And this is the ending, like this is the end of April. And they're probably gonna release it like this at some point. Or they're gonna wait more. But see, like they have a deadline. First off, like we have quarterly releases, so that means like April, and then like what was the next fucking August, April, May, June, July, August, right? And then you have like, then it doesn't fucking matter. So in between, you have like ship sales, you have Invictus, and Scorpius is gonna be there in 3.17.1 or Invictus, which should be. It was always like in May or June. I think the last one was like July 1st or something. I can check in a second. Okay, so Invictus of last year was there since May 21st to June 1st. So yeah, they have a month left to iron out all the issues so they can release this to the PU. I mean, it is in a somewhat playable state now, but it's still not really good. On the other hand, like when I said the PvP, I didn't play the last patch, like the one that dropped just now, but I have played the previous patch. I was in the AC. The ESP is still clunky and fucked, and it's so fucking weird, and it's so like it's really hard to aim at people. Like if people are trying to dodge you, it's gonna be even worse. Maybe it's just my like incompetence, but I have heard other people that are like complaining about this. And on top of that, there are some issues with like hit detection, and I heard that from the PvP community or the PvP academy. And I've noticed that because I saw my like lasers go through people, or I saw my pip being on a guy shooting a full clip in him, and I like the game detects like 3 hits, which is not ideal. And yeah, it's in a really bad state. Still, it's getting better, but it's in a really bad state. But most of the fixes are, well, easy. Like I guess they're just easy to fix, right? But for how long? And this is a question for CAG. For how long have we had all those like FPS bugs, and why are they not getting fixed? Because if you say, well, we're gonna like redo the whole thing and we're gonna do a complete overhaul, okay, but we are waiting for a year now. Like FPS was this broken a year ago, and it's getting even more broken or brokener, whatever. But you adding new stuff that's also broken, and then saying, well, yeah, but we're gonna fix it afterwards. like the inventory system, even if it wasn't broken, like it's completely clunky and barely usable, because like I guess it's the server strain or whatever it is. I don't care. I'm a gamer. Like I'm just trying to tell you and give you my feedback. We need a transfer all button. We need stacking or auto stacking, not us making the fucking stacks each time. We need a control click and a shift click, or control alt, control A, or command if you're on Mac. It doesn't fucking matter. And we need that to work so we can play the game and test it out and talk to you guys and tell you, like, give you our feedback. And now people, for some reason, are still saying, well, yeah, the inventory is gonna be, or not saying, fucking attacking me when I say this, the inventory is gonna be physicalized and everything is gonna be, we're gonna carry everything around. Yes, in your hangars. But you gotta get those things there, and it's gonna be like, just fucking think about this. Just fucking think about this. How many collisions does a server need to calculate, like collisions between items in your ship and in each ship of every other person if everything is just physicalized? Do you know how much of a server strain that is? That's why we have a fucking inventory system. And that's why they have said, like CAG has said on 2 occasions, on 2 Q&As, that they are gonna add fucking transfer all buttons, and they are gonna reiterate what they did, and they are gonna make the inventory system better. But we need that fast, guys. Like, that needs to be a fucking priority. Like, River is not a priority. This, I mean, I know that like other teams do that, and I know that it was just like probably one guy that did the River or whatever, but still we need the inventory system. And you're like, we are sure, I am sure that the same inventory system is used in Squadron 42. So if the inventory system is so clunky here, that means that Squadron 42's inventory system is going to be clunky too. Therefore, it means, or maybe it's completely different because it's not ran on the server. That's also possible. But in the end, the thing is, we are playing Star Citizen. We are paying for Star Citizen. We need Star Citizen to work. And yeah, like, please fix the inventory system, and please fix the FPS bugs, us falling through the fucking ground, us being like in a sustained fall, even though we are on the ground. We're just like, even like either in the railing or like on the rails on stairs, or just on a rock. Please fix those things. Fix our weapons de-equipping. Fix the thing that would, like, when you reload your mag, it doesn't fucking work. Because how many times have you died to that? Like, your guys from CAG, how many times did you guys die to that? Like, those are the things that need to be fixed if you wanna ask us, and if you want us to give you feedback on what is good and what is bad, because currently everything is just bad, and all that we can do is criticize you because of the things that we're seeing, and because of the state of the game that we are playing. And you can hide behind the it's an alpha thing. Yeah, but like, I have played a bunch of alphas, and it doesn't matter which ones, but like, if you watch my channel, you would know. But none of those alphas, even though they were really clunky and really weird, none of those were in this state. Oh, but it's a technical marvel because it's on a huge scale. Still, it doesn't matter. Like, from my point of view, we have fucking bounty hunting missions, we have PvP, and that's all. That works. That like barely works, but it works. The other thing, you can't say that like all the other stuff that you can do in the game, which is not much, most of it doesn't even fucking work. So that needs to be fixed so we can like actually tell you what's happening and what we need and what's good or bad with this game. So on that note, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you to my patrons that are supporting me renovating my apartment. I just noticed that I had something. Oh, it's from what I ate. Okay, great. I hope you didn't see it, but Yeah, if you want to become a supporter and yeah, have me eat more, have shit on my t-shirts, yeah, there's gonna be a link down below in the info section of the video. And yeah, don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space. And yeah, goodbye. Mwah. Kisses. Bye. Why are you still here? Bye. I mean, yeah, subscribe also, because like it's there. But if you are, you can just go. All right, move on. Bye. Move on. And close the door, please. Okay.